Hi, it's me, Moto. You guys highly requested me to react to episode 8 of the Percy Jackson podcast. It looks like it's just the duo, Aryan and Walker. So what am I about to get? 45 minutes of flirting?
Walker, I have something to admit.
What you gotta admit?
Before I got the part of Grover,
Mhm.
I auditioned for Percy Jackson.
Oh,
Okay, well, don't laugh.
is this true?
Yeah, no, I auditioned for Percy Jackson.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the people who
Not unfortunately.
asked me to host this podcast have decided that it would be hilarious if we all watched my tape for
Oh my
Percy Jackson,
gosh,
as
I
if
want
the
to
visual
see.
footprint wasn't already bad enough.
The role indeed is gonna hunt you forever, Aryan. We all got that in us now at that point. So now we're about to get the audition tape for Percy. I'm gagging. Disney messy. Y'all are messy. I would slap Disney if I was Aryan.
I mean, everyone's got a bad digital.
Everyone's got a bad day.
Hold on. I'm
But
about.
I'm so glad that this is joining.
Let me shut
it.
up.
Let's watch my audition for Percy Jackson.
Let's see.
He's wearing underpants.
Yes.
Isn't it weird?
Oh,
He's
he did
wearing
audition.
Would it be weird if it wasn't? You'll pick up your scent, but there's still a chance for you to
I
sneak
attack.
away.
I attack.
You said is it?
It's been pretty. Wait.
Yeah, I did.
Why?
Robert, sometimes I think you make these monsters really intense just so I won't go near them.
Is it weird that it just feels too Grover? Like, just watching this, it is no shade to you, Aryan, but it's giving Grover down.
Yes, that's correct.
And Walker's like, this is
I
hard to
don't want
watch.
Easing away from really bad.
Yes, that's correct.
So I
Don't look at me like that.
Easing away from really dangerous stuff just when things are starting to get interesting.
Exactly. You're starting to get really good at it.
Thanks. But seeing as there's like 4 days of school left, after a year of extreme caution, can I just please follow my gut just this once?
Well, maybe. I could see a little Percy in the works, maybe. But I will say, Aryan was a artistic child. I love people like that. Like, he was really outgoing. You can tell he really was a creative kid. Like, he wanted to just explore and find out what he loved and what he wanted to do. And I'm happy he found that. Like, he would just always put himself out there.
And go nuts on this monster.
Okay. All right. You asked for it.
Mm.
You approach.
Is that it?
That's
Please
it.
say that's
It's
it.
making me
It
cringe
was
a little
weird
bit.
hearing you say Grover.
Yeah, it is very
didn't feel
weird.
right.
It wasn't even that it was bad. You were just so polished.
Mhm.
Like, how,
Every word was like planned.
Literally, that's what it is. It doesn't feel Percy. It feels like Grover's reading a script. Disney messy for doing that. That is crazy.
Welcome back to the final episode of the podcast for season
Yes.
2. I can't believe we're at the finale. This is the culmination of
With the
everything we've been
bromance.
working on for the past 4 years. So getting to talk about it has just been the greatest experience of my life. And I'm so
Aw.
grateful to everyone behind the camera for offering me
Yes,
this
giving them
position.
props.
Just letting me talk to some of my favorite people in the world about my favorite thing in the world.
Which is
And thank
Percy
you
Jackson.
guys for watching this whole thing and for being so supportive.
Yes, Ari, you
I would
deserve
say
it.
the
You
best
ate it
part
up.
of this job, after everything that we've talked about on this podcast, is 100% the relationships that I've built doing this show and the friendships that I've created. We all met
love
in
that.
Vancouver years ago. The first time I met Walker and Leah was at a chemistry read in the middle of Los Angeles. That's where I met Dan and John and James Bobin. I just wanted to take a second and thank the producers for
Yes.
so embarrassing to say in public.
Not embarrassing.
For giving me some of the greatest friends I've ever known.
That's
in my
beautiful, Ari. That is not that's not embarrassing. I know he's playing though, but it's been 4 years that this show has been in production. This is crazy. And they've blossomed and actually created like off-screen chemistry and love for one another. Like, I love that. Older adult actors, they tend to not be friends with their co-stars at all. They're like, oh, I'm gonna live my life. And some of them don't even like each other. So I just love to see this. Like, this is just so wholesome and beautiful. And just more positivity in the world. Like, yes.
my life. My first guest on today is someone who's been my best friend for
That's
I
your
guess
man.
4 years now. And his dad
don't know what you're
likes to
talking about.
joke around, especially because I'm constantly in a wedding dress this season. His dad always says that we were married from the moment we met. I don't know how true that is.
And his dad
but
wasn't lying.
I knew I liked him from the moment I met him. And I'm really glad he's not here watching me say this because he'd be making faces at me from off camera. So I'd like to welcome on a ridiculously talented, one of my best friends, and probably the person who knows me the closest,
Yes.
Percy Jackson, Walker Scobell.
Oh, he love that man. You're a good man, Savannah.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks for
Welcome,
having me.
Walker.
I think the first thing that we need to talk about for 208 is making the fight. that huge fight sequence, which is, you know, a massive change from the books, and it's a huge part of the episode.
Yes. I didn't know that. Oh. This wasn't in the books? It wasn't no big like brawl of a fight. It wasn't in the book. That's crazy. Like I said, it's just crazy the way they implement some of these things into the show. Because like as a non-book reader, it's crazy to think that this is not a part of the actual books. This was such a good scene too. It was so dramatic. Like it had me on the edge of my seat. They ate it.
I know you're pretty hands-on, especially when it comes to stunts and working with the stunts team, because they're
Walker
great
don't
and
play.
they love to listen to our pitches. But what did making
Also
the fight
true.
look like?
We needed something big to end on. You know what I mean?
And y'all did that.
Something to set up season 3. And I actually like the way it ended a lot. There's a little bit of
Yeah, a
you
little
get
bit
a
of
little
blood.
bloody, and Annabeth gets a little hurt.
I didn't like
and
that part.
Shot in the arm.
Especially because it
little
was
shot in the
Allison.
arm.
A little bit.
Please don't show her. Please don't show this girl. Please don't show Allison. I can't deal with that right now. It was crazy. It had me on the edge of my seat. Hurt my heart a little bit. But then for the camera to pan over and see it was Allison, girl, what's your beef? What's going on? What do you want to tussle? Do I have to jump through the screen and fight for my girl? Because what's like, you need to back up. You're a grown woman. Fight somebody your age.
It hurt. She's okay though. She'll walk it off.
Ooh,
it's
why would you
fine,
show
it's
me
all
her?
fine. But that kind of stuff, I feel like it I don't know. It's a big shift from everything that we've done before. You know what I mean? If you notice, like, there's no blood. There's always just
That's
like
true.
scrapes
That's
or,
true.
like, you know, maybe little cuts.
There's no like bleeding wounds.
I never thought about that. Maybe that's why I felt a little eerie or uncomfy when I saw like Annabeth getting all that like blood and scratches. And that was small. Leah said that she wanted more blood. She wanted to be more gory, you know? And that scared me. I was like, "Ooh, wait, hold on. We getting a little out of the kids territory. This is getting to adult. I'm getting a little scared." It was all rainbows and butterflies and sunshine. Now it's getting death, scary, demons.
It's a
Exactly.
huge kind of step up in violence, I guess, for us.
It's a very different. It sets up like season 3. What we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, maybe little cuts.
There's no like bleeding wounds,
Mhm.
which is a
Exactly.
huge kind of step up in violence, I guess, for us.
It's a very different. It
Yeah.
sets up like season 3. What we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
What sets up what the rest of the series is going to be. Like it's
getting
going
adult.
to get more and more. Like these kids are going to grow older, and the audience is going to grow older as well. But what did choreographing that entire sequence look like? Because there was a lot of rehearsals that
Okay,
went into
yes.
both Luke and Percy's parts of it.
It didn't change too much, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I would say the only kind of difference, not difference in like the choreography, but like the way that I had to move was because I was wearing that armor.
Oh,
And- and-
yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's so
and it's real metal.
like, stiff because it's just a piece of like they molded our bodies for the armor
Yeah,
at the beginning of the season.
so cool.
But the issue is
Commitment.
when you're fighting, it's just like a giant piece of plastic that you can't move past this point.
Mm-hmm.
Were you there
It's giving like, what's the point of this? You can't really move, and how am I supposed to fight with this?
past this point?
Just
Were you
stiff.
there for a lot of the fight?
No, I would just
No-
watch
no.
it on your phone whenever you like recorded it and showed it to me. For those who don't know, like we both live right next to each other, and so it was weird. We would never work together. We would never see each other during the day, but we would hang out all the time at night. And so
That's
it's like I
crazy.
never saw you past a certain time. In the big house where we're filming this, you have your Braveheart speech.
We all grew up hearing these stories about heroes.
This is a good
Prophecy.
speech. It made me want to go fight for him.
It's kind of like your first big rousing speech as a leader. Because
Definitely.
in season 1, you're like still trying to find your place. And in season 2, you get a chance to speak to younger campers or maybe even veteran campers. And you're basically rallying them to help defend camp. And I know initially it was frustrating for you because you wanted to be able to move around the space. Like that scene in
like
like
when they walk
Gladiator where he's like
around.
moving around and
Talking to
patting
everybody.
soldiers, or like in The King where he's like moving around.
yeah.
He wanted for the authority of it all. He's like, let me walk around, just taking control of the whole room. The spotlight was already on you, Percy. I'm already influenced. I'm coming.
But you had to stay still for that. And even then, I think at least, even though you weren't moving, none of the performance was lost.
Yeah.
I don't want to force something too early on in Percy's development. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't want it. I didn't want it to be like this speech that I give. That's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I needed to go somewhere. I need to be able to
I
do
get
an
what you're
even better
saying.
one in the future. So I think in a way it kind of worked that I stood still. The
It
more
was
I
a
think
beginner
about it.
speech.
Because it's not like, I don't know. he's not that confident in himself at this point.
At this point,
He's
yeah.
like just kind of saying what needs to be said in the moment. And he's
Exactly.
not really thinking about it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But it's not something, he's not saying it as a leader. He's saying it as a camper.
That's exactly what it is. He's not like trying to lead anybody. He's just
Yeah.
trying to be like, I'm going. Can you guys please come
help
with
me?
me?
Yeah, like motivation. I'm going. Like,
Speaking
I need
of
help.
that big battle. Something that we talked about a lot, which I always thought was hilarious. The differences between Luke and Percy, when they first spot each other on that battlefield and they're approaching each other, the differences in their fighting style is so evident.
It is.
They really lean into the fact that he's like the best swordsman, like at camp, or
They
like
have it.
you know,
Yeah.
I guess maybe in the world at that time.
Oh, and there's also Grover, but
And then Grover, but Grover is sworn to never pick up a weapon.
Yeah.
ever
Oh,
again.
Grover
But
can fight.
I really like the difference.
I did not know that. I did not know Grover knew how to get down with the get down, but he just can't get down because he swore. Was it to Pam?
The difference in the way that they fight because it's very like, I don't know. Luke is, I don't know. He almost leads with his sword. He kind of, I don't know. His body comes second, if that makes sense. He does a lot of his stuff with his.
Yeah, he has a lot of power in his sword.
they're fighting him. He's not like really like using his body. He's just kind of backhanding people out of the way.
Exactly.
It just gets power in that hand. He just back up, back up. That's why that fist did what it did to your face. When you think about it, he got power in them hands. I'm not ever messing with Luke in my life. Oh no, man.
Whereas Percy, it's like he has a sword, but like his body's doing a lot of the work in the face.
Yeah.
That
You
was
gotta
like
bring
one
it
of my
up.
favorite because he
It
totally
was your
just, like,
favorite?
I don't know. In Percy's mind, like, you know, I disarm him, I win. You know?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that's
yeah,
the
yeah.
fight. I disarm him, I win. And I think the difference between Percy and Luke is like when Percy disarms him, he wins. But when, you know, Luke kills Percy, Luke wins.
Yeah.
So that's kind of
It's two different fights.
Yeah.
two different fights completely going into
That's true.
going in for
Percy's not really trying to kill him. He's trying to go for blood, as
Like
he
after
did.
Luke loses his sword, he just starts punching Percy and arguably does better. But
Yes.
speaking of,
He's about to die.
I know you're very hands-on when it comes to not just the fights, but developing the show in general. Because, you know, everyone knows you love these books.
Yes.
But
yes, he does.
I guess I've never really talked to you about, like, why did you like the books? Like, why did you want to do this?
It's a good
I've
question.
always loved like, you know, fantasy, like this genre.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I always
same.
thought that he was a 12-year-old boy, closer in age to, you know, what I was when I was
At the
reading
time.
the book for the first time. And I don't know, it just felt like the way he was talking to himself, you know, I love the fact that I don't think I would have been as into this as I am if it wasn't written in first person.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Because you just get like, I don't know, that kind of, the way he talks to himself kind of became like the way I talk to myself,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
Interesting.
So
yeah.
it kind of like, I don't know, like it kind of helped me grow up in that way. Like I just always thought
Thought in your
I don't know
head.
how to explain it. Like
You just
think
like
we-
you picked up his way of like seeing things and like
Exactly.
processing the world.
exactly.
I think we all kind of do that in a sense, though. Like, let me know in the comments down below. I always talk to myself 24/7. I'm having whole conversations laying in my bed. I'm not saying no words. I'm making a story. I'm going to La La Land. But I get what he said, especially as a child at that age. Yes, you definitely will fall in love with the character if that's what's going on. Like I said, I haven't read the books, and I was actually questioning how would it feel to experience from Percy's perspective of these events that are happening around him.
What is your vision for the show?
I don't know. I always imagined it kind of, I don't know, it gets a lot darker and I like it a lot. Like
Yes, I love dark
it
too.
felt like
Hold on.
as I was reading, it was getting more
Serious?
difficult to read because it was like dealing with a lot more, you know,
Like real stuff.
dealing with more complex issues. Every time I read it, I would like, you know, I'd be a little bit older and I'd kind of pick up something different from it.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first time I read it, I remember like getting to like the fourth book and like Annabeth and Percy kiss there. And I was like,
They kiss in the
oh,
fourth
well,
book.
you know,
Okay.
that's just, you know.
So we're not getting a kiss to season 4? Oh, I guess they're gonna play with my heartstrings, I guess. Damn.
Yeah.
I didn't think, I was like, oh, well.
This is
maybe
crazy.
she-
I want them to kiss so bad because I see the chemistry on screen with Percy and Annabeth. I want that. I want that love story for them. They deserve each other. They've been through a lot.
I didn't think, I was like, oh, well, maybe she just really wanted to say goodbye to him or something. No, I remember reading that and I'm just kind of moved on. And then at the end of
Yeah,
the book, I was like,
that's
this is-
Percy.
it's weird how
Walker
they're, like,
is Percy.
kissing
Percy is
again.
Walker.
Like, I wonder if this is like a thing. Like, I think this has to be like some kind of relationship.
No wonder.
Wow, so you were kind of like a genius.
I was a little bit of
a child prodigy.
A child prodigy.
Wow.
Yes.
You're so clever. As
Bye.
one of the final things that we talk about to bring this section to a close, I wanted to talk a little bit about, if it's okay, this is a more somber question, but you know, Percy Jackson is a huge deal, but he is just
Yes.
kind of a big deal for a lot of kids. He was for me, and he was for you, and this entire cast list is a big deal for a lot of kids. And we talk a little bit about it amongst ourselves, but it is like really the only way to say it is like it's freaky to think about, and it can be a lot of pressure and responsibility, even for me. And I'm not even in season 2. I'm just kind of watching. But
Yeah.
you know,
I
you're
mean, you're
in
there.
every episode. You are very much the heart and soul of this show. You're like our masthead. You're like our northern star.
touches my heart.
Of course.
Bye.
So like, what does that look like? How do you handle it?
It's a part of the job that you don't really ever think about. You know what I mean? Because before, like when you don't have it, it's like you never think about it. Like, oh my God, like, you know, it's just, why would I ever complain about something like that? Like, you just don't really think about that at all. You know
True.
what I mean?
That's true.
You just want to act. But
Wanna
it
have fun,
is
play a
like
character.
part of it, and it's a weird part of it, and it messes with everybody's life differently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's so many like great like book fans that have come back to the show because of
Yes.
like the people who you know read the books when it came out and were huge fans, and then people now who are getting into the books because of the show. And so it's a very different like. I don't
Yes,
even
I'm
know
one
how
of
to
them.
explain
Well,
it. It's
I haven't gotten to the books yet. Don't hold me to it. Hold on.
how to explain it. It's a weird thing.
Well, it's
Okay.
weird just thinking like all of the people that we've worked with and all of the people watching have like grown up with us, especially like
That's crazy.
Virginia's here, and
She's grown up so much.
She's grown up so much, like right before my
Hold on,
eyes.
y'all
was
shading my
right here
girl?
when I met her.
Yeah, yeah. And speaking of your parents, I have a very special guest for us. He's about to
parents
come
here?
on. We got Toby Stephens.
Toby Stephens.
Toby Stephens.
How
is
did you
about
get
to-
him? He's doing a play right now.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us, all the way from London.
Hey,
Hey, it's
Poseidon.
an absolute pleasure.
I think the first thing that I need to get out of
Wait
the
a
way
minute.
before I can
I did not
actually
know
talk
he's
to you
from the
about
UK.
serious things, I want to talk about your cologne a little bit because
Cologne?
you are very famously the best smelling man anyone's ever met in their entire
Oh,
life.
can I smell? Hold on, what do you
So
use?
much so to the point where Walker and Jules, our DP, walked past you and smelled you, and it was so good that they both bought it separately, walked past each other, and were like, "Oh, that's the Toby Stephens."
We can't say what it is.
We
though.
can't say well. The
Gotta
last
keep
the last bottle actually belongs to Toby, and it blew up. The factory blew up, so you can't get it anymore.
Oh,
Well, I suppose
marketing and
being
stuff.
the
That
best
why.
smelling person.
I want to know. I'm sorry, Disney. I get you don't want to put businesses on or whatever, but tell me that brand because if it smells that good, I need it on me. Like, what's going on?
Well, I suppose being the best smelling person is a lot better than being the
Let's
worst
thank you. Exactly.
smelling person. So
Yeah, I'll
You
take
gotta be
it.
grateful
I'll take that
Because
because and if you've done musicals, if you've done shows, you've done anything like that, there's always somebody that stinks. I gotta be real. Not to hurt somebody's feelings, but there's always one.
and I'm very flattered that Walker is now smelling like me.
He still uses it. It's
Yes.
it's
He's like, I
a
want to smell like a
famous.
man.
It's like
man.
genuinely something that everyone talks about, even when you're not here. I guess the biggest thing that we have to talk about for episode
I know
208
you wanna buy
is
it.
you
I
and
just know what it
Tyson
is.
finally meeting. All three of you
Yes.
guys have that big dream sequence,
Family
which I
bond.
wasn't there for, so I had to watch it as a fan.
Tyson, look at me.
Aw, Tyson was so scared, innocent.
I mean, it was really nice to get to meet Daniel because I hadn't met him yet, and he's
Oh,
a wonderful
wow.
guy.
That was
and
their first
and
time meeting.
It was also fun just seeing the two boys together.
Yes,
And,
it was with their
And
dad.
having that moment of sort of sibling, this sort of sibling thing that goes on between them, which is nice.
every scene I do with Toby, it's like I can kind of like relax into it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Every other scene in the show, it's like energy, 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 energy. And then every scene I have with like Toby is like it's like almost like I don't
He
know.
feels like your father.
It's tension because of who your dad is, but it's also the only time where you can like drop your sword and be okay not having it.
Yes.
What is great about the writing is that there's an intimacy between the two of them. There's like a closeness, even though they don't,
He barely
you know,
knows daddy.
they don't know each other, you know, like a normal father and son. But there is this immediate intimacy that they have together, and a kind of closeness
Definitely.
when they talk. And I think that's really nice to play.
I think it's funny the difference between your guys' relationship and every other parent-child relationship.
Thank you for bringing it up. Something I've always been concerned about. Why is Poseidon the only thing closest to a good parent in this world? Athena, what's going on? Hermes, what's going on? Zeus, like, why are y'all so messed up? Why is Poseidon different from y'all? Clock the T. Tell me what's going on, Arya.
Your guys' relationship and every other parent-child relationship that we see in the show.
Literally.
Because the only other one we see is Ares and Clarice, but then we also have Zeus and Thalia.
Yeah, but those aren't good
and you guys have
relationships.
a very different relationship. Do you think it's because of, like,
Clarice's dad feels like a bully, and he'll beat up his child. And Zeus don't care about his kids. He just uses them for his benefit.
do you think it's because of, like, Poseidon sees how terrible of a father Zeus is and how terrible of a father these other gods are, and because they're like his siblings and his nieces and nephews, he wants to be better?
I think there's probably that as well, but I think there's also a fact that he genuinely loves his mother. I think there's a love there that
Percy's
and
mom?
and a sort of sadness that it couldn't be something. They can't be together for obvious reasons.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
He genuinely did love the mother, and I think he also has, because of that, he has a genuine fondness and interest in Perseus. I think he's got in Percy. I mean, I think he has a genuine connection with him.
That's true.
And
That's how a lot of men work, actually. Let's clock some teeth here for a minute. Men in society today, in our world, they are the exact same way. A lot of men will have tons of kids, and they're only fond of one of those child because the baby mama he likes the most. It's crazy. Girls, don't let these men get y'all pregnant. This is example right here.
in Percy, I mean, I think interest in Perseus. I think he's got in Percy. I mean, I think he has a genuine connection with him.
Yeah.
And also, I think he's seen how he struggled previously. You know, he struggled in his life, and I think that
Yeah.
there's a closeness there that is, I think, in the scenes anyway. But I think that he genuinely does care about him and about his mother as well.
In one of the episodes, Tyson admits that he prays to his parents to have a friend sent to him.
Okay. I like that we're getting
and
to this
he
line.
believes that that friend was Percy, and that's how he basically joins Percy and Sally's family. Do you think that Poseidon sends Percy and Sally his way after hearing that, or was it just like
Good
a coincidence
questions.
that
Yes, Arya.
he ends up living with his brother?
I think probably there's a deliberate thing in putting them together.
Yeah,
I mean,
100%.
What do you think, Walker?
I don't know. It always confuses me because it's like he had Tyson before, you know, they kind of need him in a way.
Yeah.
So is it like he just kind of decided to bring them together at a certain point? Or was it always the plan to have somebody to help Percy?
Well, I'm sure Daniel isn't the only Cyclops child, or the Cyclops half-brother that Percy has. Every Cyclops is technically his half-brother.
Polyphemus.
But the fact that he chooses Daniel or Tyson specifically.
So I was confused about that. I was wondering, like, doesn't he have like a ton of half monster, half god kids? So, okay, that makes sense. So he just chose Tyson as one of the ones that he actually wants to be in a relationship with. So you still not off the hook, Mr. Poseidon. You still nasty out there getting all them kids. That's crazy. They deserve love too. Just because they monsters don't mean they don't deserve no loving.
To help you, I think is interesting.
I think he needs somebody who's just, because Polyphemus is a little bit like, I don't know, he's kind of smart.
Crazy.
You
He's
know what I mean?
crazy.
And not that Tyson's not smart, but like he's
Tyson's
not
8
like
too, right?
scheming against Percy in any way. Like,
And Polyphemus is like a grown man. There's also that factor as well, right? Polyphemus isn't the same age as Tyson.
everything he does is very honest.
Yeah, well, he's just like has a childlike innocence about him. Like he's not jaded or he's not like you know, he
there's
doesn't
no
hate the
side
world.
or angle.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
I also wanted to talk a little bit about kind of a defining moment in the series and a huge change for us from the books where Poseidon sacrifices his honor to save Percy. Because in the book, like, you know, we get the Master Bolt there on time and a similar thing happens, but the stakes are
This is from
higher
season
here
1.
because Percy fails. And by all means, his father doesn't need to be there for him. But Poseidon decides to step in and save his son.
He grabbed that lightning right up out his hand. Said, "Hold on, that's my baby."
How does that change their dynamic between, you know, before and after that happens, or even between the books and the show?
Okay, so that wasn't in the books. That's interesting.
I think I mean, it goes back to what I was saying earlier. I think it shows, he sort of shows his hand there, Poseidon, in the fact that he genuinely does care, in that he will, you know, that it's a big thing for him to do for his son. And I think it's a spontaneous thing. I don't think it's something that's premeditated. It's an instinctual thing that he does for his son, and it sort of shows his hand.
I think it's also like that conversation I have where it's like we have where I ask him like if he dreams about, you know, if he dreams and if he dreams about my mom, and like he kind of says yes. So I think that's like in my mind for this version of Percy, like in a way, that's enough.
Of course we dream.
Do you ever dream about Mom?
Look at the little high pitched voice.
And here's the thing, like Percy's like he just can't accept the fact that like the gods are not all good.
He can't accept the fact that they can't change.
Exactly.
Which is literally what he does in the last book.
Exactly. Yeah. I think he kind of sees like there could be something else in Poseidon.
Yeah.
There could be something that's genuine.
I thought I was about to get a spoiler. That's why I said, "Oh, I was about to gag for a minute. I was about to start skipping." But that is true. Percy sees a lot of good in a lot of people. That might be his flaw also. Not everybody's willing to change. Some people are evil and they will kill you. Luke, like we gotta be smarter sometimes, Percy. You're gonna get killed, buddy.
Yeah.
There could be something that's genuine.
Yeah.
After meeting like Ares and Hermes, we're all playing at like a different angle and like, you know, trying to get something out of us. I feel like he just does
Genuinely
this
wants to help.
because he wants to save his son.
He hasn't really asked for
Toby,
anything
I
besides
wanted
that
to
one
talk a
scene with
little bit
Tyson.
more about playing Poseidon, because that's playing a king is inherently a difficult thing to do. Like there's that old theater adage where it's like you can't play the king, you have to just believe that everyone sees you as one.
Exactly.
Or believe that the court sees you as one.
I mean, and also he sounds like he's from the UK, so you know they used to kings and queens over there.
I guess how do you play a king, especially because all of your scenes are with just your son and with your siblings who have similar power. Like you don't really have a court to be the king against.
That's also true.
Exactly right. You can't play being a god. And you know, if you do, it's gonna fail.
Okay.
Really, it comes from the very name itself and the fact that you know, you are treated in a certain way by the people around you, and also the fact that the gods. What I like about the Greek gods is rather than being sort of these immaculate, omnipotent people, they're actually fallible. They're fallible. And they have human traits, and they have the worst human traits often, and the best.
That part, it's like y'all gods, and some of y'all worse than humans. Like that's crazy. They do have a lot of depth into them. Like they're not normal gods. Like, you know, we see gods, we see powerful, almighty beings who can be touched, who has no emotions in a sense, and they just do what they want, and nobody control them. But the gods in the PGO series, they crazy. They got issues.
They have human traits, and they have the worst human traits often, and the best human traits. But they can be all.
I haven't seen really best ones besides Poseidon.
They're neither good nor bad. You know, they're like any human being. They are both. They just have these immense powers. So I mean, I suppose the thing is, you just play them as a normal person, and you know, the fact is that they do have all of this power, and they are called. You know, he is called. You know, Poseidon. I just think he has a gravitas and a kind of weight to him. That is always there, but I think he does you know, he has all these human
Yeah,
traits.
he feels
and
very human.
emotions,
He feels like a human
but
father.
I think
Sometimes when he comes on the screen, I see him talking. I forget that he's Poseidon. I be like, this is just daddy and son talking at this point.
he obviously finds it hard to talk about them or to kind of be obvious about them because of his status and because of the fact that he's a god and Perseus is not a full god. You know, there is a distance between them in that respect.
I don't think it's
That's
hard
true.
to imagine you as a god. I think you have the presence just kind of naturally for it.
Yeah,
And the
seems
smell.
like it.
And the smell.
I certainly smell like one.
And the
Ah, no,
smell.
that's right.
I know that obviously your kids are fans of the books.
Aw, you got
But what
kids,
made
children?
you come to this? Was it just the fact that your kids had read the books, or?
I know it was a combination of things. I mean, I think it was the fact that my son had read all the books and absolutely loved it and was so excited at the prospect of me being involved in it. But also, my stepfather wrote he wrote the film the original version of Clash of the Titans. Which is obviously the story of Perseus and everything, and so
His
it was
stepfather?
very much part of my childhood.
That's cool.
You know, growing up,
Okay, full circle moment.
Greek mythology and all of that. So it was great when the opportunity came.
And not to put you on the spot, Toby,
That's
but
cool.
what is it like to work with Walker? Because for me, it's not been good. It's been an awful experience all around for me. Has it been any different for you?
Well, I'll be honest. It's really great. I actually genuinely really look forward to. I mean, I think from the first time I walked on set and I met all of you guys and just entered into your world, it was such a lovely experience, and all of you it's such a great sort of family you've got going there, and
Talented,
I had great fun with Walker immediately, and I kept on having to sort of remind myself, like, you know, actually, Walker is only. What were you at that? What age were you at that time?
Well, I mean, season 1, probably 14.
Yeah, and I kept on having to go, okay, you know, because I just got on really well and with Walker, and
it was getting a little
I
bit
kept
too
on having to
grown.
kinda check
That's what I'm
myself,
hearing.
yeah,
You know, he did play with Mr. Deadpool himself in the movie, and Walker got a potty mouth on him, so he was probably behind those scenes getting a little bit too grown. And Mr. Toby had to remind himself, he's like, "Oh, this is a child. Let me relax."
you know, I can't relax too much. I've got to be an adult here. You know?
Yeah.
It's just so much fun, and I feel like I always come out of it learning so much. And you always do something that, like, you know, some random little thing in the scene that it always gets, I don't know, I always have a similar line later on, and I get to, like, kind of do that. Does that make sense?
It's great because every time I do a
sorta.
scene with Walker, I'll get to a point and then he starts imitating what I'm doing.
And I'm really good at
And
it.
it's like,
Not
it's
really
like,
good
it's
at it.
great. It really kind of grounds me.
He's like, I can play Poseidon.
He does it when you're
I
not
get it
here
played
too.
back at me.
Every single time we have a conversation, I feel like in a different scene later on, I just copy another one of your mannerisms, you know, randomly.
Yeah.
Dan sent me
He said,
a
"That's
whole
my
kind of
father."
thing. He said, "Oh, Walker does the best impression of you," and
I do, it's
sent
really
me this
good.
video of you doing like a scene that I'd done.
Can we throw to
It was
that
great.
clip?
Yeah, let me see.
Obedience does not come naturally to you, does it?
What?
I suppose I might take some of the blame for that.
Come on,
The seed
accent.
is not like to be
Lee
restrained.
not the only one that can do him.
Some of the blame for that. The seed is not like to be restrained. He should be going.
Look at Virginia back there laughing. Why he could eat that up? He could have ate that up a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Hold on, Toby. You might take your job.
I didn't really get to. I wasn't there for a lot of the Olympus stuff, and that was just you, Walker, and Lance. And I guess I never really. It was one of those things that I watched as a fan, and I got to meet him a little bit, and he was great. But you actually got to work with Lance Reddick,
Yeah.
and Courtney B. Vance is incredible, and he's such a good addition to the show. But what was that like? Because he was the perfect Zeus, I think.
I think so too.
I'll have Athena set a meeting.
Like, look at just what he's giving. I don't know if it was me, but I felt actual fear in my heart when he came on the screen. That just gives Zeus to me. Let me back up. Let me not mess with this man. This man got a lot of power. Let me just tiptoe. I'm sorry. Here's your boat, Mr. Zeus. I'm gonna go. Don't kill me. Like, you know, it's like he's scary. He had the cadence for it. He had the presence for it, you know?
Will declare my swift and crushing victory.
Zeus is a terrible father. All he cared about was victory.
He was wonderful, and he was. I mean, that's I always remember coming in to that first season, and you know, it was really just me, Lance, and Walker on set for. It seemed like quite a long time. It was days.
Oh, wow.
And it was really great because he was such a nice guy, and he had so much
That's crazy
experience
to
as
imagine
well.
being nice.
He was such an experienced actor, and he had so many interests in theater and you know, all kinds of areas.
Talented
And
man.
I got to talk to him and hang out with him, and it was such a privilege to get to work with him and get to just hang with him for a while. And it was a terrible shock, because one of the last things I said to him was, you know, I'm really looking forward to doing more stuff with you. And I really hope we get some more scenes. And then, you know, it was only a few months later that I received a call saying that he
so
passed away,
sad.
and it was just so shocking and very sad, a real loss.
One of my favorite things that I saw on season 1 was when you guys had that scene where you catch his arm and you know, you have a little conversation and you're talking like ancient Greek a little bit.
And Percy's just back to confused.
You just went for it right away, you and Lance, and you just like went all out 100% and didn't even like think about it. Like that was just part of it. And that was such a
It was like second
awesome
nature
thing
to
to
them.
watch, because normally it's like, oh, like, you know, you have to remind yourself and,
Yeah,
and,
gotta
and
snap
get yourself
into it.
into it. And a lot of people, when they come on like the set, it's a, you know, we're always doing some random, there's always some random problem that's happening or something, you know what I mean? That will
There's
never
always something
happen.
going wrong.
Exactly. But you guys just immediately went for it.
What was wonderful as
Okay,
well, is you
professionals.
really did believe he was Zeus.
Oh yeah.
Wait,
What was
what?
wonderful as well is you really did believe he was Zeus.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
He's such a kind of imposing.
That was
He
Zeus.
had such a kind of imposing. He was so sort of handsome and kind of imposing, and had this charisma
presence,
that you really. I was like,
That's something
right,
serious.
okay, yeah, I buy it totally.
Walker told me a story after you guys wrapped that day, and Lance was working, and they were like, yeah, could you be nicer? And they were like giving him direction to be less of like a god, because he was just like too imposing.
He was like too terrifying.
Yeah.
Very.
But he's so nice.
But he's so nice.
That's why it's crazy to try to even imagine him as being nice. They were not lying when they say that. That doesn't mean it's not give mercy. He will just kill you.
Yeah,
He's not
he's
sparing
such a nice
nobody.
guy.
Yeah.
It was like the switch up was insane.
Yeah.
I couldn't comprehend it.
That's
Where
acting.
you go from like standing over me in like the most terrifying way, and then you just snap into like, how you doing? Like, oh my god, like talking about his dogs and
Yes, he loves his babies.
Yeah. Well, thank you for being here with us today, and thank you for joining us.
It's an absolute pleasure.
Yes,
It's great to
Toby.
see you guys.
Drool when you sleep.
You drool in your sleep.
You drool in your sleep. Look at
It
Thalia
has
passed
been
out right
weird
next to him.
interviewing someone who I'm very close to. With everybody else, it's
Aw.
like, I don't know, like I guess I only really know them in a professional sense.
Yeah, so you have to be more professional.
Well, even the cast members, it's been weird, but with you, it's like we're literally probably gonna like hang out after this.
Okay, bro, man.
I wanted to talk about something that we haven't really gone too in depth to, especially going into season
what is
3. I
that?
feel like we just have to talk about this. Thalia is back at the end of episode 8.
Yes. Okay, yes. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of it all. She's like, okay, yeah, I remember you. Where my girl at?
in the book, she's really only in that one scene.
Yeah.
We get to have all these great flashbacks of her, and and
That's still a really good touch they did with the flashbacks. 'Cause I don't know how else we would be able to interpret like what these kids have been through, Thalia, Annabeth, and Luke.
and I think I actually like that a lot. you know, you get to see young Grover, young Annabeth, young Luke, young Thalia. So kind of like, I don't know, you get to see more of their
struggle
past together, which makes it
their relationship, where it came from, the slums.
more meaningful when Thalia comes back.
And literally the first encounter that you guys have is she electrocutes you until you pass out, just on accident. And when you wake up, the first time you see her again is in this.
Accident.
It wasn't an accident. She aimed for you on purpose.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh yeah, I heard about you, Percy." Zap. What?
But then after, the first interaction you guys have when you both regain consciousness is this like old school, like Western standoff in the big house.
Yes.
Where
Girl, for
is he?
Annabeth at that. Look, she said, "This is my girl. I don't know who you are, but we can fight."
And she literally, literally and metaphorically takes Annabeth from you.
Literally.
And it's this like standoff that just never gets resolved. And then we just go straight into season 3.
Literally.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like,
Just-
girl, I
I
need
like
season
that.
3.
Cut off a lot.
Me too. It's really difficult to talk about Thalia without talking about season 3. And it's just been such a pain doing this and not being able to talk about season 3 because we are filming it right now. We're on we just finished
See, I know
part
how to
1,
tea.
we're on
We don't know
episode
nothing.
3. We have a lot of pretty cool castings this season.
Artemis.
I'm excited.
Artemis?
This cast. I'm sorry. I was gonna say something, but I'm gagged. This is X-23. I'm a Marvel fan. Down. She played X-23 in Logan. Wait a minute. She's amazing. She's gonna be in season 3. I'm the gagged. I forgot what I was gonna say.
We have a lot of pretty cool castings.
Oh yeah,
this
I was gonna
season.
say
Artemis.
the cast is action packed. Like it seems like it's gonna be really big. Like it seems like it's gonna be a lot of people from what I'm hearing.
Artemis, Daphne,
Lady Artemis.
Yes.
Bianca, and
Yes,
and
Daphne.
Nico.
Oh, of course.
Olive
Nico
and Levi.
Bianca.
They
this
had
Nico?
their inaugural get
Aw.
soaked and drenched
He's a
in
little
water
boy.
scene.
And
They
this is
were
Bianca.
hazed into
Okay,
the Percy
baddie.
Jackson cast.
Yeah, that's kind of, and drenched in water scene.
Okay, I like what she got going on here. For some reason, she just looks. Is she a demigod? I think she is, right? In that game they played that I reacted to, yeah, she's a demigod. She just looks like a demigod to me. I don't know how to describe it, but she just looks like it.
Were hazed into the Percy Jackson cast.
Yeah, that's kind
Oh,
of
now we
how
hazing
all
people.
of us become members of the Percy Jackson
Frat
team.
Percy house.
You have to be soaked at some point.
Yeah,
It's
we
just
all
the
have to be
thing.
drenched in dirty, filthy water.
Yep.
At some point.
Happened
Dirty.
to them the other day. I've never been prouder.
I'm not going to the set.
Andrew McElroy, our incredible acting coach.
Yes, love him.
I was talking to him about this the other day, but whatever Andrew and Dan and the entire team had to do for us in season 1, and like basically bring these kids into Camp Half-Blood, we're doing that now.
Yeah.
For Olive and Levi, and it's so weird.
Pretty much.
And I don't like it at all because I'm not at all ready to like.
Old.
I
Usher
feel
them in.
old, but I also feel not old.
Oh,
enough
are they
to be
younger than them?
someone
Is that what they're trying to say? Olive and Levi, they are like younger than them, so they have to like help them get into this like they did. Okay, I thought they meant more so like, you know, bring them to the family of everything. Okay.
kids should look up to, you know?
I'm in school with them, and it's just me,
School?
Olive, and Levi, because Leah's gone. I'm complaining more than they are.
Oh, they're talking about the little school they have on set when they're like not working. Okay.
Than Levi, because Leah's gone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
My
complaining more
girl,
than they
I
are.
need Leah back.
They sit there. I feel like they're supposed to look.
So I won't be able to make no edits within my girl this season, next season. I'm sad. I need her in this next season. Hopefully, we get a lot of flashbacks or something.
I'm complaining more than they are.
Not to play more than
They
the
sit there.
kids.
I feel like they're supposed to look up to
dude,
me.
You're like not
And
a
I'm
good
like,
role model.
I don't want to do that. Like, why do you make me do school? And they're just sitting there, like, looking at me, doing their work quietly. And I'm like, I feel like I'm the, like,
Child.
You're the grown
I'm
one
the
now.
child.
Yeah. No, you like actively fight to get out of
Walker.
school.
I'm okay. I'm sorry. I mean, my teacher's sad. It's right outside, and
Levi-
he's really great. I cannot tell you how many times I've like been on the verge of like freaking out, just getting angry because you have a big scene to do, a lot of emotions,
You gotta
and then
finish that
like in
classwork.
between every take, it's like you need to get your school in like 20 minutes, and it's like you can't do anything in 20 minutes, and by the time you settle
I
down,
know he's ready to graduate.
After 20 minutes of being there, and you're finally ready to do
Real.
work, they pull you back, and then you have to get back into like the scene, and it's like they're so good at just going back and forth. Like that's something I've never been able to master.
What's some other stuff that we can spoil about season? What was something that you were really
can
looking
spoil
forward
it? Come
to
on, give me
bringing
some
to life
tea.
in season 3? Oh my God! And we're doing all the Smithsonian stuff
That
this
was what I was
week.
gonna say.
I mean, come on.
Oh my God, the Overlook too. Okay,
Smithsonian.
People who have read the book will
Thorne.
know. Our Dr.
David.
Thorne is incredible.
Dude, He is so good.
He's
Dr.
also just such a
Thorne?
chill guy. He's
There's
like
so much that's gonna be
hilarious.
going on next
we were,
season.
Like, blocking, and he's also just such a chill guy. He's so
he's
funny.
hilarious.
We were like
Yeah.
blocking, and he was like,
So
he
you
was
Dying
swearing
Nights
a lot more
2.0?
than I'm going to, but he was like, you think you could just bring your friends into my school? What's wrong with you? And we were just like rehearsing the scene, and so he was like doing whatever. And he's like, and I would try and get my line out. And he's like, just shut your mouth when you're talking to me. Actually, bow, matter of fact. And he would just like start improving, and he's so funny.
He's hilarious, dude.
Wait,
Dude, can we talk about that? I get to play the panpipes.
Oh my god.
I
I'm
learned
so
in the
happy
jungle.
about that.
Panpipes?
I was
learned-
so worried after season 1.
Didn't he just play the panpipes and
This is something that we both
This season?
basically pitched to the writers, and they added it in.
Well, there were 2
Oh.
requests for season 2.
It's gonna be a new
if I
addition to
remember
season
from
3.
season
Okay.
1, panpipes. 2,
Mm-hmm.
shirtless scene.
Almost got there with the toga. 3, blood, and we got that.
Yes.
So we really only got.
Okay, y'all had some good little takes. I don't know about the
two of
shirtless.
the
I don't know why he
three
want to be
things
shirtless so bad. Do you
I
want to show us his
really
body or something? Walker.
2 of the 3 things that we really wanted.
But it's okay.
I wanted a shirtless scene.
Yeah, you want that
I
bad
wanted
for
to
some
be
reason.
shirtless.
We can get one in 5. We watched.
Yeah, you could be grown
we
man.
like ordered in like Thai food, and we watched the first Percy Jackson movie, and then the first season of Percy Jackson, the TV show, the
Oh.
hit TV show, now streaming on Disney Plus.
Yes,
season
hit.
2.
Hit.
We watched the first season of that together, and it was a surreal experience.
Aw,
different
while eating Thai
languages, too.
food.
In different languages too. Got to
Oh.
hear our like dub version.
Yeah,
Oh, they
and,
heard
like,
their dub
French
voices?
and German and like.
I will say, I think season 2 was a huge learning experience for me, especially getting to
Okay.
train under the camera crew during the Ironclad stuff, which is something that we've got to talk
Yeah,
about.
because he was
still.
shadowing a lot during season 2.
All of the Ironclad sequences.
That was so fun. He was like he was a camera trainee
Mm-hmm.
for like a whole week.
Yeah, can we talk about your abuse to me on set?
He's never gonna
Well,
forget that.
first, I'm gonna talk.
Walker, what's going on? He's hunting Aryan. Oh yeah, he was definitely messing with my dude Aryan. Aryan, like he been through it, stressing him out on his off day. Well, he shadowing.
First, I'm gonna talk about how you were there every day for a week,
Okay.
and like he was there. I think like all day from start to finish. He got there when they started, and then
That is so cute also that they let them do this, because I know with most shows and movies, they don't let the cast members come behind the cameras and shadow and do anything like that and learn about camera work. It's like, no, you do your job, I do mine. Like, what are you doing trying to come back here, you know? So this is really wholesome to see. Like, yes, this is what life is about. Teach these kids some things. Let them learn other aspects of this whole business, you know? Like, this is amazing, actually.
he would leave when they. I think like all day from start to finish. He got there when they started, and then he would leave when they finished. And like
The
I don't think I've ever seen him so exhausted. And because we thought like, oh my god, we're so tired, like
Yeah.
everything's so difficult.
No, dude, we have like the easiest job.
Literally.
And then he did exactly.
Y'all
like,
see what they go through
after
the crew?
a week, like I normally I call him after work. I'm like, you want to go get some like dinner or something, whatever. No, man, like I'm gonna go right to bed. I think it's one of those nights, whatever. For the entire week, like
Wow.
I don't know how anyone on the crew has a real life for the hours. It's insane. We
they
do. We are
don't.
so lucky to like.
Yeah.
The commitment
What's
they
like a
have.
specific scene that you were the most proud of?
I thought the scene on the beach was single combat.
Mm.
That
With
was
Ares?
fun.
Yeah.
He
Because
loves
it
that
was
scene.
like
Oh no,
it was
no,
a
no.
callback to season 1,
Yeah.
but it was also like
kind of Aries.
I don't know season 1's.
Yes, it
single
was a
combat was
callback.
more
Yeah,
like,
he's right.
this is like last resort. I don't know what to do. And season 2 single combat was more like, let's have some fun while we. You know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
like
In that scene, also, it felt like Clarice was holding back. Seeing her later on in episode 7, where she was tossing those dudes around, and the girls, she was definitely holding back on Percy. She didn't want to hurt him. That right there showed us that she does have a little love for my boy. She just scared to open up. Because you would think she'd be going for blood. You hurt my daddy. Well, does she really like that man? He's a terrible father. I'm ranting. Let's get back to it.
it was almost like
You're daring, Clarice.
Definitely.
exactly like let's go. I'm ready for this.
Yeah.
He
And I
was not
think
ready.
that kind of it's things like that where I get to do that, and then it kind of just like sets me up for the rest of the season.
Well, in season 3, you definitely develop a lot.
Okay.
For anyone who's excited for season 3, you should be.
I am.
Everyone's way cooler.
What does that
especially
mean?
Percy.
Yeah,
It's kind of awesome.
or
What
farming
does
now.
that mean?
Yeah. But thank you so much
They mogging
for,
us the whole time? Is that what's going on? Is that what you trying to say? They just mogging the camera?
for being here with me. I'll see you in season 3, dude.
I'll see you in season 3.
I'll see y'all in season 3. Yes. I was expecting a lot more bromance of it all, you know, because when they get together, they get a little crazy, but they kept professional today. I'm proud of y'all, Walker and Aryan. Y'all ate this up. And Aryan actually had good questions too. And I like they brought Toby in as a little added addition. That was good because we haven't really got to see much about his experience on set and how he works with Walker. That was interesting. I loved it. I love the story about Lance. I'm always going to love when they bring him up because, yes, he ate Zeus up. Even though the new actor that plays him, he did good too. Yes, I'm giving him his props, his flowers, 100%. But Lance just felt so Zeus-coded to me. Like the fear, the agony I had in me from seeing that man just felt Zeus. But this was a cute little interview. I'm so sad that I have to wait this long for season 3, but it is what it is, guys. Tell me what you guys think about this reaction down below and let me know which episodes you want me to react to. I'm going out of order, like I said. You guys can still recommend others. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.